I bought the AirPods Pro 2 back in October 2022. This is my 6-month-ish, maybe more like 7-month review. I bought the original AirPods Pro back in February 2020, but to be honest, I've been a little bit underwhelmed by them. I ended up moving on to the very nice Sony WF-1000XM4s for the extended 8-hour battery life and just generally better quality sound and just better overall quality, I found, as compared to the original AirPods Pro. I then gave the original AirPods Pro to my wife, who is still using them to this day. At the time when I bought the Sonys, I figured that now, COVID restrictions were coming to an end, that I could use them on flights instead of my Bose QC35s, which I've had for many years and have a really long battery life. But the Sonys had up to 8 hours, which would have covered most flights. The problem I found with the Sony headphones, which made that 8-hour battery life pretty useless, is because they fit so far into the ear canal, they're actually very uncomfortable after a reasonably, after an hour or so. They were really uncomfortable and just, you had to take them out because they were causing pressure on your ears and, they'd start hurting after a while. So when the AirPods Pro 2 came out with their extended battery life, the promise of better sound quality and better noise cancellation, I jumped on them. Over my time with the Sony headphones, I'd missed that seamless integration you get with Apple products, and like the Apple TV, the iPad, the MacBook Pro, everything just works really well together. With the Sonys, you always had that hassle of having to go in and individually pair each device to the headphones, and there was no auto switching between, say, an iPad or your phone or a MacBook. You had to go in and manually do that every single time. Whereas with the AirPods Pro, once paired to my phone, they're also paired to my 3 Apple TVs, my MacBook Pro, my iPad mini, my iPad Pro, and when I use any one of those devices, it just automatically switches to being the audio receiver for whatever I'm watching. So how have these version 2s compared to the version 1 and the Sony buds that I've had before? Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out. And if you do enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. I'll start with 5 good things. First one, sound quality. Arguably the most important thing here is the sound quality. If they sound crap, I'm just not going to use them. And I'm very happy to say that they sound fantastic. They're definitely a step up from the original AirPods Pro, and they're also a step up from the Sony WF-1000. Got to stop saying that. The Sony earbuds. They sound very balanced, but they also sound energetic and engaging. The Sony buds, by comparison, had great bass, but often sounded a little bit veiled and, technical term, a bit fuzzy. Either way, they sound great, with great stereo separation, and they sound great for Dolby Atmos as well, and that does give the music a sense of height, even if, for myself, I do prefer actually just listening in stereo rather than in Dolby Atmos or spatial audio, because I find that the volume level drops when you listen in Atmos or spatial audio. Stereo, I find, is actually, it's more enjoyable for me. Head tracking works, although I don't really find that I like it or want it or need it. What's really impressive though to me is you get the sense that you're listening to much bigger headphones than these tiny little earbuds that are stuck into your ears. There's air to some of the audio, and it's just a really enjoyable experience. Number 2 is active noise cancellation. The active noise cancellation has definitely taken a step forward and definitely blocks out more high frequency noise that I've noticed than the AirPods Pro original, and is definitely now also on par with the Sony headphones, who are really good for active noise cancellation, because obviously they fit really far into your ears, and then they have the active noise cancellation on top of that, so they've got very good passive and active noise cancellation. The AirPods Pro 2 don't fit so far into your ears, so the passive noise cancellation is nowhere near as good, but the active noise cancellation has gotten really good on the version 2, to the point where I definitely say it's on par with the Sony. Comfort is number 3. Obviously, these don't go very far into your ear canal. They kind of just sit there and cover your ears, as comparison with the Sonys, which go really deep inside the ear canal. They're really comfortable. They're soft silicone tips. They feel weightless on your ears, and they don't really put a lot of pressure in the ear canal, which means I can listen to these for hours on end without a problem. Whereas with the Sony headphones, like I said earlier, after about an hour, I'm taking those out because my ears need a break. Number 4 is battery life of the earbuds. The battery life of the buds has definitely outlasted any listening session that I've had, and all the recent flights I've taken have been shorter than 6 hours or 5.5 hours, and the buds have lasted the full flight, so they've not been a problem. They're not the 8-hour battery life of the Sony headphones, but so far they've been more than enough. If I do go on a really long haul flight, I'll be taking my Bose QC35s with me anyways, but for short haul flights from UK into Europe and around that region, I haven't needed to take my Bose headphones, which has meant my carry-on is ever so slightly lighter because I've got just this rather than the giant Bose headphones case. And number 5 and final one, again, is something I've touched on earlier, is the seamless integration. It just works really well. If I'm watching TV on my Apple TV and I take out the headphones and I pull out the headphones, I'll get a little notification in the corner that the AirPods are available for me to connect if I want to listen. If I'm listening on my phone and then I decide to watch something on my iPad, they'll automatically switch over to the iPad. It just works really, really well. You can't get that with Sony. It just, obviously, it's not Apple, so it's not integrated in the same way to your Apple ID. And it's just really, really magic. And on to 3 not so good things about the AirPods Pro 2s. Actually, most of them are relating to the case. The first one being battery life of the case. Case is supposed to last something in the region of 20 hours, 24 hours I think, of recharge time on the AirPods. It definitely does not last that long. I think this is a problem with Find My, where actually the case is being pinged quite often, but the battery life just seems to drain in the background, even if they're not being used. If I haven't used my earbuds for a couple of days, I wouldn't expect the battery of the case to have gone down, but sometimes in those couple of days I've lost 20% or so battery life, and I think it's because of Find My pinging them so often and the Bluetooth connection between your phone and the case being woken up for, in reality, not much reason. But yeah, I've definitely not, I don't think I'm getting the full 4 recharges from dead to full out of the case. The next one is case durability. It's probably a problem with all of the AirPods Pro, well, all of the AirPods cases, not just the AirPods Pros, but they're scratch magnet. They look terrible after a couple of weeks, so that's why I always keep mine in like a leather case. This one's from Ryan London. It's very nice. It smells lovely. Also matches all the other brown leather stuff I have. If you've seen my EDC video, which I'll link up here somewhere, I do like brown leather. And this is a really nice case that protects the otherwise scratch magnet of a case. And the final one is, again relating to the case, is why do we still have a lightning connector on the bottom of this? Seriously, everything should be USB-C by now. Lightning connector is so old. I have to carry a lightning cable around for absolutely no reason, right? I would much prefer having a USB-C cable on here. Apple, please, can you sort this out? Let's ditch lightning in general and let's move on to USB-C. Please. Well, that's that. How are you getting on with your AirPods Pro 2s? Let me know in the comments. Are you enjoying them? Are you hating them? What would you like to see improved on the next version? And if you've enjoyed the video, please take the time to subscribe, and there may be another video here that you may enjoy watching. Have a great day.